welcome to Rendezvous with me, your host Jyoti Sindar. Today we're discussing a rising issue within Asian society, being single in your 30s. Whereas this may not be shocking for some cultures, it is frowned upon amongst Asians. Recent studies show that marriage rates within the 20s age group are falling, partly because people are postponing getting hitched. It seems the age of marriage has risen considerably compared to the average age Asians were married 20 or so years ago. Today, we'll be finding out why that is. I'm joined in the studio today by dating expert India Kang. India, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So before we go into detail, can you tell our audience exactly what you do and what it means to be a dating coach?
I'd love to. So I'm a dating coach with a difference. I'm a rules dating coach.
Right.
And my methods are based on a book by two authors in America called Ellen Fine and Sherry Schneider.
Okay.
And it's basically based on dating being biological, in so much as we don't chase men and we don't talk to men first. They have to come to us.
Ah, interesting.
And we can't call a man, they have to call us. You don't have to text back straight away. It's all about delayed gratification, not giving a man too much too soon, and making him chase you.
But don't you think nowadays, in now, today's society, a lot of people say that, it's okay for the woman to make the first move, and
yeah, it's a mistake.
Maybe you should make the first move. It's a mistake.
It's a big mistake. Often when the woman makes a mistake, what happens is later in a relationship, she finds that he won't commit. And the reason he won't commit is because he didn't have to work for her. And that's because all men love a challenge and a chase. And there's no chase, it was gone.
Now, you've been in the industry for a while. I mean, what have you seen? Would you agree that more and more Asians are getting married at a later age than they used to be?
Well, I mean, the global age of marriage globally is 28 for men and 26 for women. But it depends on the continent. So in the UK, the average age of marriage for men is 30 and for women it's 28. In India, it's 26 and 22 respectively. And in Canada, it's 31 and 29. So it depends on your definition of old. I mean, I don't think that 28 for a woman is particularly old.
No, but back in the days, people used to get married at sort of within their early 20s.
10.
Some people got married, well, yeah. I mean, some people got married sort of 18, 19, very early 20s, sort of 21 was maybe the latest age that people got married. And that's changed such a great deal over the years. Why do you think that is?
A lot of it's to do with the fact they're all going to university. Marriage historically was for economic, political and social reasons. Economically, we don't need a man anymore. We can do a lot of things for ourselves. We're all much more independent.
Yeah.
But there are still girls who are getting married in their 20s. I had a client a couple of weeks ago who's 23 and felt that she was left too late. 23.
Really?
23, Jyoti.
Wow.
23.
I mean, what percentage of your clients are male versus female? I mean, do you cater for the male side?
Matchmaking is for males, but my rules is predominantly for females.
So majority females come to
females.
You? Ah, okay. And what would you say are the majority sort of Asian versus Caucasian?
More Caucasian than Asians.
Really?
Yeah. That's
quite interesting.
It's, I think, because the rules haven't really infiltrated through the Asian community at the moment just yet. It's more an American thing that's come over to the UK. I mean, it's global.
Yeah.
The rules can be done in any culture, but I don't think that we've had them just yet.
Do you think there's a different type of mentality amongst sort of Asians towards the dating world?
Well, a lot of it is because historically we had arranged marriages.
Yeah.
So there is a complete paradigm shift. And when I was dating, and obviously as a dating coach, I do see that attitudes have changed immensely. But some things still are the same. Like divorced people still have a stigma attached to them, which is a shame, unfortunately, because there are a lot of great divorcees out there. Yeah. But a single woman that's never been married won't consider a divorced guy, and vice versa. So I've got clients who are in their early 30s that categorically will not consider a divorcee. They'd rather marry outside the culture than consider somebody that's divorced, which is such a shame, because there are some great divorced men out there. Yeah. And there's men with children and there's women with children. So I think it's about opening up your mind a little bit and not being so narrow-minded. But again, a lot of that is based on what our parents told us and the stigmas that divorce holds.
And a lot of people, going back to sort of getting married at a later stage, do you think some of it is career related? I mean, being integrated into sort of Western society for so long, people are focusing, maybe women more so are focusing on their careers and that progression, and perhaps that the hours that you put into your work takes over the hours you may spend on sort of socializing and perhaps meeting someone.
I mean, historically, it was in a woman's interest to get married at a younger age because it gave her certain social privileges. But that's no longer the case. So call it career, call it independence, call it freedom. We are just getting married at a later age. But again, I don't think 28 is old. I don't think that's so much later.
Do you think that sort of people wait because they believe in fate and they think that they will meet the one, you know, at some stage of their life? There's a lot of romance surrounding it, I suppose, and a lot of people...
it's a fallacy. It's a fallacy, like I just have to say that to the viewers at home. Fate, destiny, he will come, our eyes will meet in the shopping aisle as we're reaching for the sugar puffs.
The same one.
The same one. And we'll run off to the sunset and birds will tweet and flowers will open. There is a lot of that. And he holds a lot of girls back. And because they think that it'll happen, that you don't have to make it, you don't have to do it, make any effort. But
greater expectations as to, you know.
Wrong expectations.
Ah, okay.
So you have girls in their 40s that, and I was actually the same. In my early 30s, I thought it would happen. I thought it'll just happen. I'm out and about, I work, I travel.
But a lot of people say, you know, don't look for it, it will come to you.
You have to help. You have to give fate and destiny a helping hand.
Yeah.
To sit back and do nothing is just silly, because your next date isn't going to happen in your house. And it's not going to happen in your flat or while you're drinking a cup of tea and watching Come Dine With Me. He's not going to knock on your door and say, hey, do you want to go out for a date?
Yeah. Well, speaking of sort of, you know, knocking on your door and going for jar, do you think that people still rely on their parents to find partners, or have people become too picky? Are they quite sort of specific in, I want this, this, this and this, and, you know, I don't want X, Y, Z, and you know, perhaps it's because of sort of movies or celebrities that they may have seen.
The media does perpetuate this lie that we're going to have this one big love, and again, you're going to meet in the supermarket aisle or in Starbucks, your eyes will just meet over the chocolate chip muffins and you're going to run off to the sunset. But the problem is, this is actually not a problem, it's what's happening is that a 30-year-old woman wants a 30-year-old man. That's what she's searching for. But a 30-year-old man is searching for a 25-year-old girl. So you have these 30-year-old women that want a 30 to 32-year-old man who's financially secure, who's independent, who's travelled, who's read widely, all that kind of good stuff. But he is not searching for her. He is searching for somebody that's 25. So you have this massive mismatch.
Yeah.
So what everybody needs to do is open up their deal breakers. So if you're a 30-year-old woman, maybe open up your deal breakers to maybe 30 to 36.
Yeah.
You have a bigger pool of suitors to pick from. Because for men, it's visual. And unfortunately, men are thinking fertility, whether we like it or not. That's what they're thinking.
But so do you not think women are as well?
Of course they are.
You know.
Of course they are. But I remember when I was dating, men want children just as much as women do. Just as much. But for women, we only have a short window.
Yeah.
So it's in our interest to make sure that we don't leave it too
late. Go out
late.
there, grab the opportunity. Right, we're going to take a very quick break. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you on the other side.